Hello, friends. Welcome back to 70 by 70. Today is our fourth day in Israel. We achieved a lot of things today. You will be really surprised at the amount of things that we saw. If I give you everything on a single video, it will be too long. So I'm going to give you only the thing that we did in the morning.
Church of Ascension in Mount Olives, where Jesus went to heaven.
Plain and unadorned, the Dome of the Ascension stands in a walled compound on top of the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem. The shrine marks the place where Jesus is believed to have ascended to heaven. An unusual feature of the tiny building is that it contains what has been traditionally regarded as the last impression of Jesus' right foot on earth before he ascended to heaven.
This is the spot from where Jesus ascended to heaven, as per the legend. Pater Noster, the Church of our Father.
At the Church of Pater Noster on the Mount Olives, Christians recall Christ's teachings of the Lord's Prayer to the disciples. A long tradition holds that Jesus taught the Lord's Prayer or Our Father in the cave that forms the grotto under the church. When the Crusaders built a church here in the 12th century, they called it Pater Noster, Latin for Our Father.
These are the cemeteries of early Christians. This is the prodigal son's tree. They call it Karuk.
Now we are walking towards the Church of Dominus Flavit. Here, the Gospel recalls the incident in which Jesus wept over the future fate of Jerusalem. There is a fantastic view of Jerusalem from inside the church.
This is the old Jerusalem.
temple.
And, what we are seeing is the Dome of the Rock.
That's the temple you wanted to go to.
Yeah.
Have a short, brief mass.
This is a place where Jesus wept over Jerusalem. This is a panoramic view of the city of Jerusalem.
Below it, Gethsemane. Below it, Gethsemane, where we going. And from here you can have the nice view of
The Dome of the Rock.
the whole city was built over 4 mountains.
This is Gethsemane Garden,
Mount Zion, Mount Accra,
taken from the church from where Jesus wept over Jerusalem.
Golden Dome is Mount Moab. And that's what
Okay, the whole story of Bible, I hope I got it right, and let me try and see what are the places where. Now,
இதுதானம்மா அது எடுத்துட்டோமா டெம்பிள் இல்லம்மா அந்த வழிதாம்மா
the church that you are seeing at the edge, that is where Jesus had his Thursday night meal. I hope it is the Last Supper, and he walked down to the to the valley, and yes, the The building with a grey dome is the place where Peter denied Christ 3 times and the cock crew. Okay, now when I come down, this is the Kidron Valley. This is where the Christ is going to come back, and this is where the Armageddon is going to take place. Now, when I come to this side, yes, as we have seen, this golden dome is the Temple of Rock, where the sacrifice took place. Behind the mosque, you can see two grey color domes. That's where the Via del Rosa, where Jesus Christ walked with his cross, is situated, and that is where the Pontius Pilate's palace is supposed to be situated. And yes, the most important thing, the dome with a grey, the building with a grey dome. This is supposed to be the Al-Aqsa Mosque, and the Wailing Wall is situated just by the side of this Al-Aqsa Mosque. Now, what we see here is the Jewish cemetery, and what we see across on the other side is the Christian cemetery, and right across is the Muslim cemetery. So I hope I got the history correct. Thank you. This is the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus had the last sermon, from where the Roman soldiers took him to the court of Pontius Pilate. This is an olive tree from the time of Jesus, which seems to be thousands of years old and still bearing fruit. This is the Church of Agony, where Jesus prayed for the last time before being identified by Judas to the Roman soldiers. This is the rock at the Church of Agony, where Judas identifies Jesus by kissing his cheeks.
The church was dimly lit and dark, maybe for showing the agony that Jesus felt at that time when he was arrested.
Palm Sunday, where Jesus, along with his followers, rode a donkey and entered the eastern gate of Jerusalem. Palm Sunday route, and you can see the Dome of the Rock at the back. This is the Church of Virgin Mary, where her body was rested before she departed to the heaven. And inside you have the burial place of Father of Jesus, and also Mary's parents. It appears to be a family burial place. Virgin Mary and the whole family. This is the view of Mount Olives, exactly opposite of what we saw from the other side. Now we are going to enter the Church of Last Supper.
Before 1967, where we are controlled by Israel. Inside the gate, controlled by Jordan. And that road, no man's land. And what you see,
This is Mount Zion and the Western Gate. The entrance to the church on Mount Zion. This is the tomb of David on top of Mount Zion. This is the place where the Last Supper took place. Then it was converted into a mosque, but now it's the praying place for all religions. Everybody comes here to pray. This is the crypt where Mother Mary went into her eternal sleep. This is the Church of Saint Peter in Gallicanto, where tradition says he disowned Christ thrice before the cock crew. These are the original steps through which Jesus walked
Jesus came down
after his Last Supper
while
to
here.
Gethsemane,
it
where he was
shows
betrayed.
After they arrested him, how they brought him up the steps to here to the house of prayer. Okay, follow me.
So this is the Saint Peter's Church in Gallicanto, which was the palace of Caiaphas. There Jesus was kept for a night, and before being taken for his final interrogation. This is the jail where Jesus was kept for a night on the last day.
So that when they scare them, the rough material will get to their body and make wounds. And the salt water and the vinegar gets to the wounds.
We are going to the place where Jesus was actually kept as a prisoner on the last day. This is the pit where Jesus was kept hanging throughout the night before being taken for his prosecution.
Hey, this is not everything that we saw today. Just wait for a week and we will enter Jerusalem through the gates and walk the Via Dolorosa in which Jesus walked towards his final destination. We will see all the stations in Via Dolorosa and finally reach the Church of the Holy Sepulchre where Jesus was crucified. If you want to travel to a lot more places like this with me, why don't you subscribe, share and like this channel. Thanks for watching. We'll meet again.